Okay, so this video is not about sleep hygiene, it's not about relaxation tips or tricks. What this video is about is the gold standard evidence-based treatment to overcome insomnia. And as a background on me, I had my own insomnia for 20 years, which I overcame with what I'm going to be telling you in this video. I then went on to study with one of the world's best sleep physicians, and I have published on insomnia as well. So point number one is to only go to bed when sleepy. So sleep is a drive state. So in the same way someone has a drive to drink when they feel thirsty, they also have a drive to sleep when they feel sleepy. Now, I know people with insomnia never ever feel sleepy, but if they were to follow the techniques I'm going to tell them in this video, they would know what sleepiness is. So if setting their bedtime by their watch, what that would cause them to do is to go to bed and be awake. And people with insomnia, they don't like being in bed, and I'm going to get onto that now. So the reason why people with insomnia don't like being in bed is because over the years they have conditioned their brain to see the bed as a place of anxiety, a place of worry, a place of stress. So every time they're in bed, fighting, forcing, trying to plead with sleep, there is a physiological change in their body. So their heart rate increases, their body temperature increases, their body starts releasing adrenaline, it starts releasing cortisol, because it is putting them in a fight or flight state in order to mask their sleep drive to keep them safe, because the brain cannot tell the difference between an actual physical tangible threat to someone's safety and a perceived threat like insomnia. So what that person needs to do is leave the bedroom, do something they find relaxing and enjoyable, just to condition the brain that the bed is a place of sleep, and to condition the brain that wakefulness during the night is not a threat. And when they start to feel sleepy again, is to return to bed then. Tip number 3 is to get up at the same time every single day. So if I take John as an example, John wakes up on average at about 7 o'clock. He has no trouble sleeping, and he needs 17 hours of wakefulness to produce 7 hours of sleep, because the only thing that produces a drive to sleep is wakefulness. So if John wakes up at 7, he's going to start feeling sleepy the next night at around about midnight. But if John were to wake up instead at 9 AM, he's going to start feeling sleepy at 2 AM the next night, because he needs that 17 hours of wakefulness. So yeah, one of the fastest way to anchor your circadian rhythm and to anchor your homeostatic sleep drive is to get up at the same time every single day. One of the most important pieces of advice I can give to overcome insomnia. Point number 4 is to get light, so natural or artificial, in the first third of the day and as soon as you can. Point number 5 is to not believe the 8-hour sleep myth, because it is a complete myth. So objectively measured in a sleep lab, people tend to sleep from around about 5 hours, because everyone will wake up during the night, but people typically don't remember that they wake up during the night. So if trying to force 8 hours of sleep, what that does is that causes someone to spend longer in bed. And point number 6 is to spend less time in bed. So people with insomnia, if they're in bed, just spending hours and hours in bed trying to force sleep, trying to fight sleep, what that does is that causes anxiety, it causes stress, and that leads to that hyperarousal that we were talking about earlier. So yeah, what they want to do is to spend less time in bed, just to tackle that hyperarousal and to build a very strong regulated sleep drive. And yeah, in the book I talk about a technique called the sleep window, which will help you build an incredibly strong sleep drive. Point number 7 is to understand what causes insomnia. People think, well, I've got a stressful job, so that's why I have insomnia, or I'm going through the menopause, or I have anxiety, or I have PTSD. And yet, whilst all these things can and do cause a short-term sleep problem, they are not what causes insomnia to perpetuate over the long term. The only thing that causes insomnia to perpetuate over the long term are behaviours, which create a very unregulated, fragmented sleep drive, and thought patterns, which lead to that hyperarousal, which can mask the sleep drive. Point number 8 is to be mindful of avoidance sleep efforts. So avoidance sleep efforts are all the other videos you're going to see by someone who's not trained in CBT-I, or what I trained in, which was natto. So it'll be like take this supplement to help you fall asleep in under 5 minutes, or use this relaxation technique. Active sleep efforts or sleep hygiene, they're sleeping at the different sides of the bed, they're sleeping on the floor, they're taking hot baths, they're eating kiwi fruits. They are anything someone with insomnia is trying to do to force and make sleep happen. And what this does is this causes more anxiety and more stress around sleep, and it leads to that hyperarousal we were talking about earlier. Point number 9 is to be mindful of avoidance sleep efforts. Now, avoidance sleep efforts are I can't. So I can't stay in a hotel if I want to sleep tonight. I can't exercise before bed. I can't go see that band I want to see. I can't go out to a restaurant. I can't sleep in a bed with my wife. I can't. And yeah, I did a lot of these during my own insomnia, and what that does is that allows insomnia to control. It creates more obsession and more worry around sleep, and it actually exacerbates and causes the problem to be worse. If this video has helped you, you can read the first 3 chapters of my book completely for free on Amazon. And people that do read the first 3 chapters, they see that this insomnia that they thought was incredibly unique and special to them, they will see that all my thought patterns and all my behaviours, they are exactly the same as theirs. So in the book I've got incredibly powerful behaviour changes to help people overcome insomnia, and incredibly powerful cognitive restructuring techniques just to tackle that hyperarousal that can mask the sleep drive. So yeah, take a look at the first 3 chapters. They're completely for free, and just those 3 chapters alone will help you really understand your sleep a lot better and will help you sleep a lot better. So to see these sleep points in a lot more detail, I have another video here, and in that I go through hyperarousal as well in a lot more detail, where I have an analogy of a wolf in the bedroom, and that I've found has been really helpful to help people understand the whole hyperarousal side of things. And if you'd like to help me get this video out there so we can put the whole sleep hygiene nonsense in the bin and outrank all those videos that tell people to breathe through their nostril 5 times and tweak their earlobe, that'll be fantastic, because I absolutely hate those videos. So if you could help me do that, please press that like button, share it with your friends, comment in the section box, and yeah, do subscribe as well, because I'm uploading new content all the time that will really help you sleep. Alright, thanks so much for watching.